And on those shows, they would torture innocent people. They would break rules. They'd say, I want to save a little girl, but I don't have a warrant. Oh, screw it. Do it without a warrant. And they make your new heroes the people that torture and violate the law and set people up. And now SWAT teams are raiding Amish farmers who give unpasteurized milk to their neighbors or who don't register their farm when there's not even a law. Now the SWAT teams are used at checkpoints on the highway or to go to people's houses for traffic warrants. Now the entire police force is being converted over to these ring wraiths. Excellent points. Amazing insight from Alan Watt, Cutting Through the Matrix. We'll put his website up on screen. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Ionic Zone has the lowest prices in the USA on shock treatment ozone generators starting at $299. Ionic Zone shock treatment ozone generators are used by remediation contractors and homeowners alike to sterilize homes and cars, making them free from bacteria, molds, viruses, and complete removal of secondhand smoke, pet odors, you name it. What else can 3 oxygen atoms, in other words, ozone, do? Many hospitals sterilize their operating rooms with ozone before and after operations. And have you ever heard of ozone therapy? Ionic Zone has a wealth of information on ozone therapy. Ozone therapy is used, among other things, to raise the body's oxygen level, which studies suggest boosts the immune system. You can learn more about ozone therapy or Ionic Zone ozone generators by going to ioniczone.com or calling 800-549-9535. That's IONIC zone.com or toll free 800-549-9535. Ionic Zone.
On September 11th, 2001, along with hundreds of my fellow troops, I went to Ground Zero, and we knew what to do. Or at least we thought we did.
Truth Rising is a breakthrough 9/11 film that finally gives first responders a platform to tell their story.
Whitman, EPA director, on the 18th made a statement that the air was safe to breathe.
This film follows the growing momentum of 9/11 truth as brave souls throughout the world take action against their global masters.
He had his hand over the radio while he was getting a countdown. He takes his hand off and you hear 3, 2, 1, and it was boom, 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 boom.
This is an emergency transmission worldwide. Download Truth Rising at prisonplanet.tv and aggressively spread it worldwide, or order the DVD at Infowars.com. If we don't expose the government-sponsored terror, they're going to commit more acts and bring in martial law. Alex Jones here with a question. What does humidity mean to you? Most people think of hot and sticky summer days, but many people are beginning to realize that humidity can be a valuable source of pure drinking water. That's why I'd like you to visit AcolaBlue.com. AcolaBlue is a state-of-the-art atmospheric water generator producing purified drinking water from the humidity in the air using reverse osmosis and a 5-stage carbon and UV light filtration system, which produces great-tasting water at an unbeatable price. Finally, drinking water that you control. I use one every day. Say goodbye to expensive water delivery services and storing 5-gallon bottles of water in your home. The Acola Blue 28 is shipped right to your home, ready to make close to 7 gallons a day, right out of the box. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call Acola Blue right now at 866-585-4044. That's 866-585-4044. Or visit Acola Blue at ECOLOBLUE.com today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at prisonplanet.tv. In the future, we'll be going at least 2 hours a day live, so we can put documents up on screen and show you the articles we're reading live on the radio. To pay for all this bandwidth in the studio, we charge 15 cents a day or $5.95 a month. If you get a yearly membership, you get 5+ months free. So you pay for a little bit more than 6 months. You get 5.3 months free at prisonplanet.tv. That is the Christmas special. And so I hope that you will visit prisonplanet.tv and sign up today. We are streaming live to the world right now. And then we also archive this and post it for members at prisonplanet.tv. We're going to go back to Alan Watt of Cutting Through the Matrix here in just a moment. Before we do that, I want to tell you about some of the sponsors that make this transmission possible, and one of them is MySolarBackup.com. A lot of things can cut off your electrical power: hurricanes, snow, ice, and storms. Listeners should move towards getting off the grid, and here's a good way to do that. because, folks, we have to become independent, not dependent on the system. A solar power generator is now available from our longtime sponsor, Solutions from Science. It's designed to provide 1,800 watts of power on demand in the event of any disaster or outage. You can get an emergency power backup kit, which consists of the Power Source 1800 power plant and a high-efficiency solar panel designed to provide endless electricity. That's right, it generates free electricity. Remember, too, that gas generators need gas, but in blackouts, gas pumps can't pump gas because they run on electricity. The solar power generator is like having a silent power plant hidden in your home. It's the perfect emergency backup for troubled times. Their website is MySolarBackup, one word, MySolarBackup.com, or give them a call, get a free brochure, or order a unit, 877-327-0365. They have these all in stock, the best unit they could find, 877-327-0365. Their lines are busy. Keep calling back, 877-327-0365. Also, you know about EcoloBlue, ladies and gentlemen, the atmospheric water generator that is taking the country by storm. It grabs 7.5 gallons a day just with their smaller unit. Very affordable, out of the atmosphere. And then, this isn't just condensate, it puts it through 5 major filters and 2 sub-filters. The water passes through an activated carbon filter, then a silver-impregnated carbon filter, then a reverse osmosis system, then a taste and color odor removal filter, and is stored in an illuminated tank by antibacterial fungal UV light. And the machine comes in red, black, white, green, silver, and blue. And I have one at the office and one at my home, and we love it. The water is incredible. EcoloBlue.com, big banners up on Infowars.com, EcoloBlue.com, or 866-585-4044. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going back to Alan Watt, I've been throwing a lot of questions at you, Alan. And I'm going to put up on screen again just one article because a Bilderberg Group member, Mr. Wolf, is the editor of this, and their foreign affairs editor, Gideon Raikman, wrote the story, and now for a world government. I want to give you some time before we go to calls to flesh out more of, because this is key. In my understanding, but I want to get your view and your nuanced understanding on this in some detail. Again, why now are they not just saying world government is what we need, but that they've secretly, this is all over the news, building a world government for decades. They have an image of cave drawings. That's the editorial cartoon at the top of cave drawings, and then drawn on the wall next to images of primitive Aborigines hunting deer and elk and primitive bovine. They have the image of a globe or a world government. The message here I get is, we are the elite. We've been in control of your destiny for thousands of years, since primitive times. We've always wanted a world government, and now we're getting one. The ancient dream is being realized. I believe this is the esoteric meaning of the editorial drawing. Please give us your take on this.
Well, part of the drawing, too, is to do with primitive man hunting for his necessities. And, of course, it's all to do with evolution as well, coming from the primitive, from tribal, into global society. So from differences all coming together as one, under one system of domination.
We have the wild humans being taken under the control. Go ahead.
And you also have this elite themselves who do believe in evolution. They believe that they are the most evolved type of humans on the planet. And it's been written about by Wells and the Fabian Society and many, many others down through the last 100-odd years or more. They believe that they have the right to rule mankind because they've proven their worth by the accumulation of vast amounts of wealth, power over the public, control over the public, and they've held on to it through generations. In other words, they haven't squandered it away through bad breeding, as they call it. They have selective breeding, especially picked wives for them to breed with. And have been doing this for at least a couple of 100 years, as far as we know, as far as the inbreeding goes, in documents that they have put out themselves. Probably much, much longer. But they do believe they're evolved, and therefore they're simply taking their natural right, which is to dominate the planet. They say themselves, and we find in the writings of Charles Galton Darwin, who was one of them. He was the descendant of very inbred people, but they were all bred to be special scientists, and he hints at that in his own writings of the different types that were already bred to dominate the world. But he said that the dominant minority who will rule and own the world must not have their their ability for self-preservation taken away, as the masses will have. The masses won't need